Hello Collective, happy Monday, August 12th, 2024. So there's some ghosts of yesterday that are no longer anonymous. So I've got some ghosts of yesterday that are no longer anonymous for Monday, August 12th. The welfare of a horse was almost erased. So the welfare of this horse also has a heartbeat, was almost erased for today's date. Agents agreed to argue an answer. So there are some agents that are agreeing to argue an answer. And demons delayed a death deal. Yeah, demons delayed a death deal. Elders use a formula to foster. Yeah, the elders have used this formula to foster. Headstone only a hologram. Yeah, your headstone at this point was only a hologram for today's date. Mandatory wedding nauseates the monastery. Yeah, whatever wedding, this monastery is nauseated. Nauseates. Yeah. Mandatory wedding. Strange telegram from nature. And there will be this strange telegram from nature collective. Yeah, for August 12th. Yeah, so I did this recording like a couple days ago. I deleted it. Yeah, I didn't post it. I had Tupac talking to me. Yeah. I don't have a lot of Tupac music, but he was insistent to talk to me. So thus I channeled Tupac Shakur. And I did his chart. I was pretty like, okay, right on. I'll tell him what I can tell him. But that's why he survived all those gunshots, okay? Because he was actually here to satisfy a bloodline war. This was a war between his ancestors. And so that's why he survived as many hits as he had taken, because the final one matches his birth chart. Like the chart, they just match. So I know that he accomplished for his bloodline what he was meant to do. So thank you, Tupac, for being here. I love you. Ancestors, please be here for this reading. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, please be here to protect the collective when they hear this download. Many downloads today. Thank you so much. And then I can't do this without Jesus. Highest Ascendant, please be here for this reading. I've got, yeah, he really wanted to give you a download too, collective, Jesus. So there's and that was the other thing with that one I recorded is I was trying to read the cards, but all these downloads kept coming. So it just made me sound like I was completely unorganized. But maybe I should have just posted it. But yeah, the downloads needed more attention than what I was giving them because I was trying to read the cards. So at this point, I'll give you the downloads first before we start the cards. But thank you, Jesus. I love you. Please protect the collective. Give them strength to move forward in leadership. I love you. Yeah, you really need, that was one of the downloads, is this war, okay? You are in you've ascended. So whatever you were in the past, whatever picture they've painted of you that they're obsessed with, go ahead, let them keep it. But you have to be in that mindset that I'm claiming this destiny, okay? Very matter of fact, my empire strikes back. And that's how you say it, okay? My empire will strike back. For good or for bad, my empire does strike back, okay? So they kept saying that to me, the empire strikes back. And I really liked that because they're determined for you because of all this collateral damage, you know, the other people in your family that didn't need to be hurt, holding you down underwater for so long and, you know, not giving you vital information that only the ancestors could give you. But that was one of the downloads. The other download is about these illusions. Don't worry about these illusions. They're going to take care of themselves. But you know, you've been accused of breaking into people's homes, starting fist fights. You've been accused of posting provocative photos of yourself for extra money. Yeah, you've had to keep quiet while they announced all of this. They're just determined to paint this picture a certain way. And the artist, of course, is obsessed with this painting, so he's not going to let it go. So you just have to be like, okay, well, that's his painting, let it be. Let him paint these pictures of you, collective, but they're incongruent to where the ancestors want to lead you, okay? Yeah. So Team Universe is a huge download. Team Universe, we're going to talk about in the environment over here, but you have definitely been invited, collective, to be on Team Universe. Okay. And then Jesus, I'm going to work you in. I'm going to work you in because yours is his was a pretty big download. Okay. So for today's chart, oh my goodness. Yeah. So the sun is 20 degrees Leo. 20 degrees Leo is the death card. So, but the moon, which is interesting, 27 degrees Scorpio tonight will be the sun card. So it's, I think, something more, you'll feel a little more in tune to your steps tonight, okay, when that moon goes in further into Scorpio. But you can see this huge karmic payment. Yeah. Yeah, you see the moon up here, and it makes this red triangle. It goes to the family, goes over here to the sun. There's some secret participant in the open. You see how the sun is out here in the open, and the secret participant involving other people's money has involved this person in the open. This is like the open range. Yep, here I am. There's the sun. And then it's affecting this family. Sorry about the whiteout, guys, but that is the Uranus down there. So that's the family. So it's something secret participant in the open fights for family possessions is how I kind of interpreted it. Because it's secret, you know, this person just sits there, but that payment is due in the universe from these karmics. The other one here is from over here. Looks like Venus to the Jupiter, up here to Saturn. Okay, so some secret female, because it's 6th house. She's secret because it's Virgo. Well, you could just say a female in service cannot expand, so she red line to Jupiter, or communicate this crime, okay, because it was a violation of borders and safeties. There's the Saturn, okay, so she can't, this person of service has to get through borders and safeties to even expose this crime, okay, and she can't. So there's karma for that, because if you've seen a crime and you can't report it, there's a problem there, okay? We should all be able to at least report our version of events, and it's like she couldn't. There was something stopping her, okay? So there's karma for that. The universe has karma for that. This kite up here, this Pluto to the vision, to this secret about other people's money. The moon, 27 degrees Scorpio, it's a military march. That's a Sabian symbol, but it's also that you're kind of choked up over it. Watching this military march. Yeah, it's very moving, okay, to watch a military in procession. So there's something about being choked up over other people's vision, hoping it'll transform. Okay, I see. Okay, so this moon is kind of choked up because you've tried to identify this spirituality and get it to transform. The Most High gave you a blessing with that kite, because although you don't feel like it succeeded, it was huge that you at least expose it, okay? So that gets a blessing from the universe that you helped expose this, even though you haven't really seen much of it transform, okay? We still have people out there doing black magic, okay? And it's not safe, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Two blessings. There's two blessings. They're both going to Mercury tonight. So you've got Pluto trying to transform thoughts and plans, and then you've also got this Neptune trying to new vision for thoughts and plans tonight from the Most High. So we are going to look at something a little different than what people had originally planned. There is a secret phone call tonight from Pluto over here to Jupiter, wants to expand something, and it's with Saturn. So Scorpio's talking to Saturn, trying to get it to expand, but this is all very secretive. ... Okay, we don't know anything about it. We don't know nothing about it. Okay, Tupac, you're on. Okay, so September 13th, 1996, Tupac was shot in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. So he was born June 16th, 1971. Okay. So this is what his birth chart looked like. He had a beautiful grand trine, lots of war in Aquarius, lots of war for the masses. Okay, he was born to step up to the plate and war with and around big groups of people. Okay, so his voice was quite large, and the thoughts and plans, we're going to be careful because it's this grand trine in air. So whatever he talked about, and he was a singer, right? He was a writer, and he wrote songs about his upbringing and who he was, and it transformed. And it sits in this partnership with Libra. It transformed the people around him. See, and it balanced some things. Being Libra, it actually balanced some things for him to get a record out. Okay, so for people to, okay, yeah, I can connect with that. See, so he was to come to war and do that, and he was successful at that. Now the karma he had to pay was this. There was some kind of person, this is the sun, yeah, there was some kind of active communication that a leader, some kind of leader, kept secret. So I think that's why he accomplished it here in the grand trine with his records and what he was trying to, because that was part of the karma, is whatever this secret leader was trying to keep a secret had to be communicated. Sun in Gemini, it had to be, in order for this transformation, okay, of service, which was a transformation of service. And the family made it really unfair. His upbringing made it kind of an unfair. The chances of him doing it weren't quite that great. So he knew he had this karma, okay? He knew he had this capability. Okay? And then you see all this karma up here, okay? There was a vision in the past, a philosophy in the past that upset borders and safeties. So he had to be careful of his borders and safeties, putting these thoughts out in the open, okay? He had to, when he expanded it, he had to be very careful of this woman, this Venus in his life, because his mother was a Black Panther before him, okay? Yeah, she was really active with that political group. So he knew he had to be careful because of the experiences she had had with that group. Okay, now in the meantime, this is the ancestors this is why he's here, is this board meeting going on the day he was born. This secret leader, see, that had a vision for a family, and this female. So he's not the female, see, but he has to finish that up for the bloodline, okay? There was something that female was supposed to accomplish, verbalize, okay? And it was huge, because it was not only the vision, but it was for the bloodline. So that's when he was born. It would have put him Gemini, but he's really close to Cancer too. So yeah, he was Gemini. And 1 + 6 for his birthday was 7, which is very spiritual. So although you think, well, his music wasn't spiritual, it was for the bloodline. It was very spiritual because he had right? Okay, yeah. He only survived those other wounds because he hadn't accomplished that yet for his bloodline. Okay, so then the day he was shot in Las Vegas, Nevada, okay? This was, isn't this interesting that it looks the same? He's got a grand trine, wow, on the night he was shot, September 13th, 1996, about 11:30 at night. And then there was also a board meeting going on, wow. I know, I'm telling you. Okay, what I found interesting about this night in Nevada was that, come over here to Saturn, okay? So borders and safety, somebody in leadership that belonged to a large group, okay? They were a leader, it's Aries. Somebody in leadership with this borders and safeties was aware, okay, of this plan. Because it's hitting, this is the karma for the night. They were aware of this plan. And it involved the legacy, unfair plans to a legacy. So Saturn was aware, borders and safeties was aware of this affecting his legacy, okay? And they knew that they wanted to expand on this. Other people's money was to be expanded by this going down, okay? This was the motive. This was the karma that was accrued that night. Is somebody in leadership, pretty high up there, it's an Aries, knew about thoughts and plans for this legacy because they thought it was unfair. They didn't want his bloodline to get the final say or the final vindication, okay? And so in order to stop this, this was involving other people's money. Maybe somebody paid for that shot, I don't know, but that was the karma that was set up that night, okay? Now, in the meantime, the spiritual board meeting going on is, yeah, there is a secret, and it's a war. It's a secret war going to go down, okay? These thoughts and plans that they think are unfair about our family, the clans up there, and it's hitting Saturn, and the borders and safety's involved. So that was, the ancestors were well aware of what was going to happen that night, okay? And then in the meantime is this beautiful grand trine of what Tupac accomplished. And that's through his borders and safeties, he was able to transform for that female the communication that was required from his bloodline, okay? And that female might have been his mom that was a Black Panther before him, or it could have been a female before her. But there was an ancestor who was determined that transformation take place, and it did the night he was. So I love you, Tupac. And see, I was so inspired by you. Yeah, they didn't like his vision. They didn't like his vision. See all this stuff, Neptune, all this karma from Neptune over here to this of her vision before him, and this war. I mean, it caused war, this vision that he had, whatever he was trying to get out, speak about, get people to think about. They didn't like that. They thought that vision and it's sitting in the reputation. They didn't like the reputation he was getting up there, ninth house up there. They didn't like that reputation he was getting for that. See? So they were against all that. And then here comes this secret leader high up the chain, knew about it. Yeah, knew about it. But he's not as, he's actually having a good time helping all of you with the spiritual war. No, I'm not. He's gung-ho. He's helping a lot of you because he sees confirmation with the train. He's upset at how it was unfair. The fight was so unfair between you and the other bloodline people. So thank you, Tupac. Okay, so Most High wants me to read to you from Isaiah, 8th month being August, and this is the 13th for today's the 12th. I think it's the 12th. It is the 12th. Okay. Yeah. The army of heaven, this is verse 12 for the 8th chapter of Daniel. The army of heaven was restrained from responding to the rebellion. So the daily sacrifice was halted and truth was overthrown. The horn succeeded in everything it did. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, they heard two holy ones talking to each other. One of them asked, how long will these events last? So you could say to yourself, well, these have gone on for quite a long time, right? So these two angels are talking about it. How long will the rebellion that causes this desecration stop? How long will this desecration continue? And will the temple and heaven's army be trampled on? And so the other angel replied, it will take 2,300 evenings and mornings. Then the temple will be made right again. So, yeah. 2,000 would definitely be since Christ was crucified. And thank you. Yeah, I'll tell them that download. But you're well into this. You're well into seeing this desecration cease, because it's horrible. You know, they won't admit that they've painted this picture of you, and it's not true, and you couldn't even stand up for it. You know, yeah. Okay, guys. So, ancestors, tell me about today. We'll do the Jesus download over here by Team Universe in the environment. So hopefully I won't forget. The sun is 20 degrees. Let me show you this. 19:10 on the clock. So I've got the Hangman for August 12th, and then the Death card for that 20 degrees Leo. Okay. The crossing is going to be pretty powerful tonight because it's the moon and it's the sun card. So something gets enlightened about a death and somebody's stuck. Okay. The forefront of the consciousness is this decision. And it's a choice of integrity, okay? Mercury's got this retrograde Virgo 1 degree tonight. So it's a choice of integrity. And you move down here, we've got Venus and Mars. Mars gets that 15 degrees Gemini in the subconscious. Silence is brilliant. So he's kind of quiet tonight, but it's actually a brilliant silence that Mars experiences tonight. Trusting nature. See, he's in that Hierophant card. And then Venus, 9 degrees Virgo, her beautiful eyes are contemplating, did you consider? Did you think to consider? And she's going over the things that maybe she did not consider, okay? Jupiter's got this Chariot card, 16 degrees Gemini, and there's some kind of emotional speech en route for your energy en route. And then this is all the environment stuff, but we've got Saturn over here. It went to 17 degrees Pisces, so it did move. And now it's retrograde for some kind of public ceremony. Okay, and then this is all the environment that Jesus wants you to know that he's got to download for you in this environment stuff because it's Team Universe. This is all Team Universe. You were invited to Team Universe. Yeah, your ops weren't. Yeah, they weren't invited to Team Universe. There's some souls on these other star systems that are so precious that they can't be around those souls. That's how precious they are to the universe. So you passed the test to be around these new souls, okay? But they didn't. So that's how precious they're guarding these new souls, okay? So, okay guys, tell me about this. Sun, 20 degrees. This is horrible. The computer's saying something's horrible. Something's horrible right now for this sun in this 20 degrees Leo. Long odds. It's a long odd. The odds are long for this death of this sun. Ooh, I saw one turnover. Somebody's burden. I got 9 of Wands that wanted to come out. Tell me about this Hangman. They're upside down. They can't move. Okay, it's in past actions of what they... Okay, they went to a lot of trouble to communicate these things. Because when I looked at this 9 of Cups, it wasn't just indulgence, it's all the phone calls they made, okay? They made a lot of phone calls to make sure that the people saw this portrait that they had painted. Like, you know, my painting's on display at this gallery, please come. That kind of thing. And they told quite a few people about this. So, and you were just this, you know, well, okay. Some people have suggested that they put, you know, things out in your environment, like flyers or leaflets, like, oh, beware of this psychic person in your community. And, you know, I don't know. Most of the time when you get a flyer, you throw it away. But they went to a lot of effort so that people thought that in their head when they thought of you, collective. In the meantime, they have to rest from that, okay? The download from this attempt to overdo, to overkill, like that you're this, you're not the right pick or person, was that your people protecting you found a way to duplicate your phone number, okay? So that all the calls went to law enforcement first, okay? And then the ones that were safe, they passed through to you. So there was a way, I don't know how they did it, but they were that close at watching your ops, okay? That every text or every call or every that came through, it went to the duplicate phone first, so that they had proof of it right away and they could tune into what that person was doing or planning, because they got that serious, like they're, you know. So that's good, because I didn't know that was occurring. But and that might explain why you didn't get a lot of information, because all the important stuff about who and what they were trying to create was filtered to this duplicate number, okay? So yeah, probably helping you tune into the Most High, the vibration from the Creator, and not to worry about the things you couldn't control, you know? So that's what your ancestors want you to know. Okay, so we've got this person that went to great lengths, and it looks like they went to great lengths and it didn't get them anywhere, because they're in this Hangman. So tell me about this crossing energy tonight, which is really, really what I'm interested in, because it's the sun. And it's this military march of the sun, and it's got somebody kind of choked up to do this. It's like, yeah, they can't talk. It took their breath away. When the ancestors saw this happening, it took their breath away, and it's all because of a star. This is the star card. Sorry guys, it's real ratty, but who protected themselves, 7 of Wands, and was imprisoned. Okay, they put you in exile. You weren't supposed to be out there where you're at. You know, they saw this happen. The moon. And so it's working on behalf of this energy tonight that, yeah, we saw how you just kept the good faith, kept the good march. And the whole time you didn't have any choices. There was no choice for you. Wow. The noise of this procession tonight. There's going to be some noise. Tell me about this march. Is this something collective might see tonight? This march? Ooh, oh my gosh. Wow, Ace of Swords. So you might see this, collective. Wow. Wow. Now this could be anything, okay? I saw on Google that Russia was giving Ukraine like 130 miles worth of land back for the people they took the homes from. So see how they were aware of this karmic and how to retribute it right away. So there are things being you know, if you just kind of clue into it. And I thought that's awesome, because I don't know how much was stolen or destroyed, but those people lost their homes. Okay, and now Russia is stepping up to the plate to make it right. So God willing that be redeemed for the people that lost their homes. Okay, so this is the truth of the matter, is that this military procession of somebody, hey look, we saw what they did, and you may not be perfect, but I sure wouldn't want that to happen to my aunt or cousin or sister or friend. Yeah, no. We wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. So okay, cool. So now we got to look up here at this choice. There's some Mercury's working on thoughts and plans, and it's an integrity choice. Okay, it's a choice about integrity. Okay, you didn't admit to be perfect. That wasn't your goal to be perfect. But yeah, okay. Jesus. Okay, he said the disservice. Jesus has told me this. The disservice wasn't the crucifixion. Okay, we all think, well, that's where we messed up. He knew that was part of God's plan, so he accepted it. The disservice we did to Jesus was, and he says this, okay, he says, you put me in a box, okay, so that anyone that didn't hear my story or know about it, or they didn't belong, and they were ostracized, see? So I was like, okay, but you know, by now, maybe most of the people know. And that may be true, but he reminded me of this wisdom too. And I thought this was pretty interesting. The Creator had sent other prophets to other cultures, okay? Other cultures that maybe didn't know English. You know, they didn't have an ancestor group to write the Old Testament. Our ancestors wrote that, okay? That's why we adhere to it. But there were cultures and groups that didn't have that, okay? He sent prophets to their locations, okay? What's interesting is that prophet was not sacrificed. They were actually treated very well and recognized as quite unique, quite different. Yeah. So if you don't think the Creator is going to take that into consideration during judgment, you're wrong, because he planned for this. See, the whole world's not going to catch on fire but those that believe in Christ. Although that's the logic in it, right? You know, you can't get to the Father through the Son. But in all reality, the Creator, holy creature you are, planned for it. He planned for it. So I love it. He wants you to know that, okay? So that's why this choice of integrity is thinking, it's using Venus tonight. Did you consider? That's her question tonight, Venus. Did you ever consider, you know, these other places and people that are highly valuable to the Creator? They're not just there for mistakes or, you know, to test them their whole life. You know, Lord knows he's tested you, collective, so you understand that sometimes you're tested your entire life. But there was a plan, see? And the prophet he sent to their culture did not get sacrificed. I'll be darned, right? Yeah. Okay, so tell me about this Mercury. Thank you guys, I love you. I love you so much. Magic. Okay, this is about magic, guys. This is about magic. This choice of integrity is about magic, okay? Your ancestors used it. It's been going on for 100 years or more. Some of it was harmless. Some of it protected the bloodline. But some of it was vicious, cold, calculating, didn't give you any recourse. You had zero recourse, collective. End of your rope. They keep saying you were at the end of your rope. And they made sure to add some more line to your rope. They made sure to make that rope longer for you. Thanks. Thank you. No, it's true. It's true. They saw you up a creek without a paddle. So the magic, and then, well, let me turn this one over. Oh, okay. Okay. So sorry. This is about justice. Okay. This is all about the justice in this. Okay. So this is pretty big to the ancestors. I hope that 3055. I hope this stays good on the phone. This is justice for this choice of integrity, Mercury tonight, 1 degree retrograde. So it's not so much what's moving forward, because they think they've opened your mind to new realms and possibilities, but we have to go back over retrograde, the acts of the past, the choices of integrity that the people around you took, okay? They didn't think it was a big deal. Who cares? It's just another decision to make. And sometimes we face our day like that. Oh, it's just a decision. Well, not really. My son turns 21 in like 2 months. Yeah, he's almost 21. But you know, I bought him some Fireball for his friends the other night so they could enjoy their evening. Now you would think, oh, well, you can't be a chosen one because you just bought for a minor. Well, I know my son, okay? And I also know, and the Lord knows, that I've maybe done that once for him our entire relationship. But he, you know, that's something that I chose to do. Now, I could get karma for that, I'm sure of it. But I also know my heart space in it, and I know he's a pretty good kid. He never calls in sick to work, and he has a full-time job, and he's paying his own rent, he's paying his own bills. So here, you know, enjoy this. Yeah, it's that. It's looking at your choices. You don't think it's a big deal, but that could be a huge repercussion for me. If I didn't know, and usually you'll feel the condemnation right away. I didn't feel that. So I want him to enjoy his ability to take care of himself and his environment and be responsible. So that's what this is they're looking at the choices your ops made, you know, putting you in a place where you couldn't have recourse. And what are you going to do now? And they'd watch you kind of flail around, you know. Okay, so Mercury, that's what that is, justice. He only let me get one card out of that. So whatever it is, there's going to be some kind of balance of the scales here, okay? In the subconscious, what you can't really talk out loud about are these, did I consider everything? Venus, did I consider everything? Did I consider the other options I could have taken? And Mars is suddenly kind of silent, and it's kind of a brilliant silence for Mars for the first time. He gets his grounding. He gets grounded tonight. And he's realizing, oh wow, it is all about nature and tuning into the rhythm of nature, okay? The rhythm of nature. And his family tree, about his bloodline, exactly. Tupac says he could feel it that night. He could feel the ancestors calling him, okay? So he knew it was some kind of weird interaction he was going to have. But they were calling him home that night, see? So it's almost like, and maybe that's what Mars is experiencing, but he's definitely listening to those voices passed over, you know, to the tree, the family tree. Okay, so tell me about Mars. What's Mars quiet about? Okay, we know that he made some choices that, okay, weren't that great either, okay? Were they perfect? Were they lawful? No. But yet he's not in jail, okay? I'm not in jail, okay? You buy alcohol for your kid who's, almost 21, but not quite. And he did some things that, yeah, were not his, but he went ahead and pursued them because you didn't know about it, collective. So it's okay. It's okay to steal from a blind person. Yeah. Where's the integrity in that, okay? Yeah, it's okay to steal from a deaf person. They didn't hear about it, right? They're deaf. Well, Uranus had that degree of 27 Taurus, which kind of has you think about, a handicapped person is no different than you or I. They deserve the same respect. And this person, no, they deserve to be taken advantage of. That's the thought process behind that, see? So there's some kind of, oh, wow. He took this bribe. He took this bribe, and the source that gave him this bribe was pretty loving. Like, he trusted it, okay? He took a bribe from someone he thought he could trust, okay? And now he's in this 5 of Cups, this regret. Like, I thought this. And, yeah. Yeah. We think it's harmless, okay? It is and it isn't. Your heart space is always examined. Your heart space is always like true intent behind it. Yeah, and he's feeling horrible about it. He's feeling pretty bad. So tell me about this regret. What's he gonna do with this regret? Damn, he's saying damn it. He's saying damn it. Yeah, he's probably not too pleased about it, okay? Like, well, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Okay. And he knows it was his destiny to be a part of this legacy. Okay, so Mars is pretty sure that he's connected to your legacy somehow, okay, through the bloodline. That the ancestors originally had signed him up for that bloodline, okay? It was planned, and he dropped the ball, okay? He dropped the ball. Maybe he thought this other person was better because they looked more stable than you, collective, or they looked more organized than you, or they looked, I think you were a walk on the moon for him. He didn't think about going your way. Why would I walk on the moon? He was just happy with what was in front of him, and it made sense to be with this other invitation, see? And that all depends on how they treated you. If you feel like, no, it was up and up, they just said it's not going to work out and walked away, then great, but if they were kind of cruel about it, like, well, you're a dirty secret. I can't even have you in public. We'll have to go to like the worst watering holes in town if you want to see me. No, bounce. Then there's something to examine, I mean, you shouldn't have been treated so poorly just because he wanted to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, just because if you choose to watch a different reader, well, don't treat the other reader poor because you chose this one. I mean, no, you might, you always keep your, like, really fair. You always keep it really, on the up and up, because you never know. I might be talking about Tupac today. I mean, who would have thought? I don't have a lot of Tupac music. I had to ask Alexa to play it. Don't play it right now, but he wants to talk to me. So it would have done me no good to have this hatred for the man, or this, well, he doesn't belong in my Jesus box. So no. And that's what the Jesus wants to tell you, is that was the disservice we did, is putting him in that box and then ostracizing other people that had the heart space for that knowledge, had the wisdom, because it matched their heart space, okay? So examine Mars's heart space, exactly. Tell me about this Venus tonight. Did you consider? She's asking everyone, did you consider? Yeah. There is a King of Wands. Okay, you're supposed to be reflecting on this King of Wands. This might have been the one that thought that you were a walk on the moon. That, no, I don't need to go that way. Why would I go that way when I can go this really cool way? They have a better car. They have a better job. They have better friends. Soldiers. Yeah, this one chose the other one besides you because of the soldiers that surrounded that other person, okay? They were backed up. Yeah, they thought they were backed up. Yeah, backed up. Thought that the protection was there from society. Like, I'm not going to be made fun of for being with this other person, so I'm going to go with that. Wow. Okay. And then, you know, and then he realizes, oh, I could be with that one that's talking to Tupac right now. You're like, no, I'm doing good. And Tupac loves it too. He's protecting you. He's protecting you. Yeah. This love is what your ancestors protect right now. This Ace of Cups. This Ace of Cups, okay? You may have not made all the perfect choices in your life, but your heart space always did. You were always with those people in the best positive outcome. You know, you didn't have any ulterior motives for any of those marriages or relationships you got into, because you were really excited about them. You know, tell me what else. It's on the calendar. There's a calendar. Calendar. Okay, so this past calendar, they were testing this love of yours. Yeah. At what point do you remove that cup of love? Yeah. Well, when it's starting to kill you. See, obviously then that's when, okay, no, I can't be a part of it. Yeah, this was starting to kill you. Okay. Being always on the high road of love. It was starting to kill you. Yeah, but you're going to be getting justice for that, because it's been well documented. There's phone transactions that show that the person that approached you had many more conversations first with the people behind you that you didn't know about. Okay. What does that say? That you were set up. You have championed your way out of that. Okay. Even if you're alone, you have championed your way out of it. So yeah, praise God. Praise God. My empire strikes back, man. My empire strikes back. I don't care if you ignore me. I don't care. I don't really care. Yeah. Because I know my calling on my life. You know? That's what you say. You say, I don't care. I'm talking to God right now. You know? And they want you so in your feelings, like you were left behind. No, I was left to meet the highest with the highest. There's no way your ancestors wouldn't have not scooped you up. There's no way. You were part of this bloodline, an integral part. What's this love and this calendar? Okay, they just want to know that the ancestors believe that you've championed this love. Okay, that you know what real love is now, and you will test it. You will test it in the future, through patience and discernment. That's how it'll be tested. Well, if you really want to hang out with me, well, I guess, yeah, you're gonna have to walk it out, because I'm not doing nothing anytime soon. Because you're totally in love with these people that have helped you. So should we go over to Jupiter? Okay, so there's some kind of emotional speech during this military march. Jupiter's gonna balance some things out. 16 degrees Gemini. There's some kind of emotional, okay, it's a wish. It's your wish on your bloodline that you don't have seeds of animosity. The stones you cast, okay? They don't want any of that, okay? Because everyone that throws a stone is usually in a glass house. Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't want any of that for your future, this new cycle for you. They want you to recognize and take accountability for the choices you make. Take full accountability for it. Yes, this is what I did, and I have full faith in the decision I made. Okay, and then if they want to punish you, let them punish you, but you still stood on your integrity. Okay, this is what I believed would be the correct thing to do. Yeah. Cast. Yeah. Be careful of the stones you cast. Jupiter, tell me about this. Tell me about this emotional Okay, it's about corruption, guys. It's about this Queen of Pentacles who's upside down. This is corruption. You endured a lot of corruption. There was law enforcement that was corrupt around you. King of Swords upside down. I'll just put him there too. Yeah, yeah. And their secrets have been exposed through Jupiter tonight. Wow. Tell me about this secret. Helpful. This will be huge help for you and your voice. Okay. You learned what was best through tapping into the Most High, but now your environment is going to solidify that for you. It's going to match. See, it doesn't match right now. What it looks like is we got this really, decent human being with rogue morality around them. Like every man for himself, survival of the fittest, and that's not a safe place for collective to be. So the helpful thing will be to have this exposed. Tell me about this, Jupiter. What are we going to expose here? About this secret that these two kept. They worked together. They worked across state lines together. Yeah, many miles apart from you. They knew each other way before you even met the player that you were supposed to be with that enabled this scheme. Okay. Tell me about these two that... Okay, that's part of why it took so long too, is because there was more than one political philosophy at play. Okay. The two states that worked this, one was red, one was blue, you would say. Okay, one, so I don't know. There was just different leadership in place. Yeah, but you're gonna hear about it. This is Knight of Swords. This, whatever this is, it's gonna come quick, and it's gonna come fast and furious. Wow. My life has become cumbersome. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Their life has become cumbersome. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. What's this Knight of Swords going to tell collective tonight? King of Swords at the bottom again. There is an article. You're going to read some kind of article. Wow. About how many times they quick to the trigger. This is Knight of Wands. Quick to the trigger on you to cause disappointment and heartache in your life. These people, that was the plan. Is to have you devastated most of the time, wondering what just happened. Yeah, they were quick to do that. They did that constantly to you. Knight of Wands. Yeah, that was all part of their plan. Wow, nice people you got there, collective. What else? Yeah, and they're confused. They're confused how you made it this far. Because remember, the artist made a picture of you and convinced everyone that this is my finest painting. Come to the gallery, and invited all kinds of people to look at this picture of you. And I swear, collective, if you'd see it, you'd be, who's that? It doesn't even look like you. But they made sure to confuse. This is Seven of Cups. Everyone's interpretation of you. Yeah. And if you're just like this nice person, they only took you for face value anyway. So to believe this picture was like, oh, okay, wow, really, we all know, and it's going to be shocking. Your ancestors want you to know that. It's going to be soon that you're going to be shocked. This is all that 27-degree Scorpio. Yeah, something shocking with this military march of the people that you thought were cool, and they aren't, because their heart space was all jacked up. And why is it that God let it be that way, that you could hide your heart space so easily? You would think that he would make it more evident, but he hides it on purpose so he can examine your true intentions, It's very clouded to everybody else. Wow. Okay, so, okay. Now I'm supposed to tell you about Team Universe. Okay, because we're going over to Saturn. 17 degrees Pisces, it moved back a degree, and it's retrograde. So there's some kind of public ceremony. Saturn, 17 degrees Pisces. This ceremony, you would not appreciate this ceremony unless you had been imprisoned, because you didn't know how important your freedom was to you until it was taken, okay? Until you lived in a box, you couldn't really appreciate, like, oh, what it would feel like to get out of the box, okay? You were conditioned to be in this box and just be happy with what you've been, and that's no way to live. So something about this ceremony, like, you've been in prison so long that this is just going to feel strange. This is going to feel strange to you. This freedom that you were, I don't even know if you realize what you were denied, okay? I don't think you realize what you were denied. Yeah. It could be anything, a relationship, a job, but until they tell you, you know, you're just on the other side of the wall in Germany until they took the wall down. You know, you just lived like there was always a wall there, and it was gone. It'd been gone for 20 years, but you just lived the same way. Oh, the wall's gone. I didn't know that. You know, that's how those people probably felt. You know, it was just a weird feeling that there's, oh, you know, and you're going to get a lot of support. You're going to get a lot of support to not be afraid of these new freedoms. Yeah, good. Yeah, because not only did you get used to it or make do with it, but your body set its rhythm to it. It's like in nature for you now. Like, oh, I only have a 3x5 area to do my dancing. Oh, I only have a 3x5 area to, you know. I mean, maybe your bathroom's like mine. You can't even shut the door unless you're all the way in. That's how small that bathroom is. So you get used to things like that, and you don't consider it until somebody invites you over and you're like, wow, you could have a party in this bathroom. You know what I mean? So there's like, it's a curiosity thing. They're curious how you endured it. They're curious why you endured it. Why would you endure? Because it was for the Creator. You know, if he hadn't have scooped you up and said, I'm going to make this good, but you got to walk it out. You got to be patient. They're mad about that. They're mad that you endured, because now they have to make it even. Now they have to make something even, collective. And they have no reserves for it. They're going to have to liquefy their assets to get it to you, because they did not reserve this wow for you. They're in a lot of they're in a lot of conflict, 5 of Wands, over these foolish actions of this work they did on this star. Like, how dare you not be disabled? Why would I disable myself? I'm sure there's people in life that have harder circumstances. You know what I mean? I was grateful. I still had a roof over my head. You know? Some of you lived in your car, you know? You were grateful. Hey, I don't have to be around those people. That's why you were grateful. When you cut yourself off from those people, it was like, well, praise God. You know, I won't have people making fun of me or calling me stupid all day. You know, it's like, you got to be who you are. And the Creator was like, well, it's about time. So, all right. Thank you, Saturn. I love you. That's what he's working on for you to recognize your new freedoms. So Team Universe. Okay. Your ops, they're busy making it right financially, or through assets. Maybe it's a home. But while that's going on, that time required to make it, they cannot go to Team Universe. Team Universe had like a slim opportunity to be chosen for it. You made it through the portal, and somewhere between the 8th and today, you were chosen, collective, to be part of Team Universe. Your ops cannot go to Team Universe. And they don't think it's devastating at all until they realize what it is. and confirmation with the train. It's huge, okay? The souls that are reserved for you to interact with are so special to the universe that they couldn't have this personality around them, okay? They couldn't have like, oh, every man for himself. Let's just steal from a blind person. Let's just steal from a deaf person. Let's knock the person over in the wheelchair and take their wallet. They can't have that around these souls. That's how precious these souls are, Okay, I don't know if they're ancient souls coming back. I don't know what they are, but they're reserved very preciously. Okay, and you were chosen for Team Universe. So Uranus wants to get all of you. Okay, 27 degrees Taurus. While this tower is going on, is for you to remember that I selected all of you for this Team Universe. Confirmation with yeah, there's something about you specifically that we need. They picked you. Okay, so while this tower is going on for your ops, okay, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna see it. Obviously, Ace of Swords came out, that there's some kind of procession. You're gonna see it, but in the meantime, know that your soul is to be dedicated to this empire in the beyond. Okay, it's kind of exciting, but there's some kind of empire that was beyond all this material. Let's fight over the chips on the table. No, Collective was chosen for something greater and beyond. So, and some of you have inherited star systems and planets. Okay, and you'll find out more about that being on Team Universe. But Uranus says, I was a huge part of the selection process for this, that you get chosen for this. So, and I don't know, maybe we'll wake up and we won't need oxygen. I don't know, we can just go and hang out. But when you see it, you'll be like, this is absolutely beautiful. You'll just be blown away that you got chosen for something so great. And you know, they're all worried about this stuff. You're gonna be prepped in this leadership position for this, whatever this is. Because your empire strikes back tonight, Collective. It strikes back, and it's huge. It's huge. I love it. I love it. I mean, they're worried about this stuff, and you've got this new beginning coming. It's coming. Okay, Uranus. So tell me about this all of me. What's this environment? Yeah. So while they can't move, your loyalty. Okay. So your ops, they can't move. You know, they're stuck getting retribution to you. This loyalty is going to bring this loving offer to you. Your loyalty, because of how loyal you were, you're going to get this loving. Awesome. Tell me about this loving. I'm going to use the tribal cards for that. Yeah, they didn't forget you this whole time. They watched you. They watched you. They watched you do what was right. Okay, we got, okay, yep. You were on the rhythm, the internal timing for this. 3 + 2 is 5, huge change, but you're on the ancestors' bloodline drum. You're in their heartbeat now, okay? It's syncing with your ancestors' heartbeat. I love it. What else can you tell me, tribe? You might have had an aunt or an uncle. They were like the age of grandparents, though. You might have had an aunt or an uncle that were older. Maybe you just called them auntie or uncle, but they really weren't. They were like cousins or something. But they're gonna meet you for this Team Universe. They've since passed away. Okay, but that's how you'll know. Oh, this is where they want me to go, because that part of your family is gonna take you to your mission on Team Universe. There's some self-expression you're gonna be able to start. And when I say self-expression, it's like a huge starting point for you. You could be Tupac for the day, okay? You can, whatever is you. This self-expression, it's huge. Yeah, because they know you're gonna be loyal to the values. They just care about the values, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. They painted this portrait of you. Let's say you wanted to cross-dress, okay? So they show this picture of you wearing, you know, like if I was a man wearing a woman's dress, and go, oh yeah, look, see, that's what they do all the time. And they don't examine the intent of it, that person didn't want to be in the box that you put me in. I wanted to be in the box that I fill myself, okay? And so that's the kind of integrity of choice that Mercury's looking at. Is yeah, we see the picture of Collective in the swimsuit, and oh yeah, she looks really provocative. Yeah, that's what she does all day long. But what was the intent behind that photo? You felt like Pretty Woman for the day. You were dressing up. It had nothing to do with putting it on the black web, okay? But your ancestors know that, and they're protecting that intent of your truth, your truth. Okay, so Neptune, going up to Neptune. It's retrograde 29, master degree. It's in judgment tonight. Okay, it's in judgment because of these people and how they painted this picture of you, and any normal person would never show their face again. You know, the story behind the portrait's devastating. So that's how they wanted you, and that's not how you are. So Neptune, what are you doing for this? Pat Riley was born 29 degrees Pisces. Pat Riley was the one that took over the Lakers. If you've seen that series, it's a really good series. But Pat Riley has that for his birthday. He didn't really want to step up to the plate. So this is a leader that was meant for a job he did not want. Do you remember seeing that in the Lakers series? He was chosen for something he didn't want. He was not looking forward to this at all. And look what an awesome choice it ended up being. But yeah, you may have not wanted to be on Team Universe. You're thinking, well, what the heck's that? But I'm telling you, it's going to be like that. Like you didn't consider it or think it was the priority, but because you maybe understand that we put Jesus in a box and there's other cultures and souls that pass the test. So that's why they picked you, okay? You're going to get a lot of illumination and clarity over the Creator's plan, okay? Your ancestors did what they could do with the Bible, okay? Our ancestors wrote this. With their experiences, they did a phenomenal service to us, okay? But there were other things going on that Creator really valued that couldn't be written about, okay? We had barely had a measurement of, if you think back to the times of Jesus, they didn't even know how big around the world was, circumference-wise. So there was a lot of things to catch up with. And see how interested he was in your heart space. He was so interested in your heart space first, that this happened first. It just didn't happen everywhere. So anyway, so this is the clarity you're going to get from Neptune. Tell me about this. Tell me about this clarity. Tell me about this clarity. I love it. There's a script. Your ops had a script they followed. Yeah. Archangel Michael, maybe? King of Swords. Let's just qualify that a little bit. Who's this King of Swords? Saw you left out. He saw you left out with a gift and a King of Coins from your past. Collaborated. Oh, this is what they're doing. Okay. Neptune's worried about this. Neptune's worried about this, okay? Neptune and Archangel Michael is worried about this. What's going on right now is you stand out. You stand out because you're all by yourself, okay? You're quite beautiful and you have a gift, okay? You're standing out. And because you stand out, this person from the past is planning something for this star. So there's a King of Coins that's from your past, Six of Cups. That's planning something. Looks kind of shady, okay? For this star. That's what he's focusing on tonight with Neptune. I don't think King of Pentacles knows that you were picked for Team Universe. I don't think he knows that. He's just thinking that you're going to take his invitation. I'm telling you, Team Universe is... Yeah, no. They're so worried about... You know, well, how are you going to pay your rent? Well, dude, how to pay it from this point? You know, a miracle, God willing. But when God tells you, hey, I need you a part of something bigger, you gotta position yourself for that. Be careful, because whoever this person, they think that it's a slam dunk. Well, of course they'll take it. Yeah, whatever. Abandon. The computer's saying to abandon that plan. Okay, so the last one up here is Pluto, 0 degrees retrograde. Omit to restore. You are going to have to omit some things to restore yourself. A lot of you have already done this. You've gotten rid of the poisons in your environment. Okay? I'm getting better. I pick a time on the clock and I will go until 6 o'clock, no cigarette. And I get to 6 o'clock. Wow. So then I think, well, maybe I should just go to 7. So no, what I do is I'll get to 7 maybe, and I'll just smoke like half of it, and I'll put it out, and then I'll say, okay, I think I can go. So I'm cutting back, you know. I didn't think it'd be like that. I thought I would just do it cold turkey, but no, I'm kind of enjoying that. It's letting go of an old friend, because it really wasn't about. It was about having something to do and being able to think and talk to my ancestors, and it was natural for me. So I'm gonna have to, you know, yeah. And my ancestors were pipe smokers, so I felt like right at home when I was talking to them the whole time. Like we were Sherlock Holmes in the lounge talking about, you know, the mystery of Bakersville. I don't know. We just it fit for me and the ancestors. But that's what you have to do tonight. Is there something to omit? Omit means you're gonna leave it out, and then you're gonna be restored. So tell me, what should I tell collective? Let me do the birds too. This bird will help you. One of these birds will help you. What bird's gonna help collective with this? There's some kind of bird in nature message, because that's from the word scramble too, is this telegram from nature tonight. What's the telegram from nature? Shine. This one's gonna shine for you. This bird is gonna shine. The day is gonna shine when you see this bird. Okay, I'm gonna take that one. On the back here it says, what is special about the bones of a bird? What is special about the bones of a bird? Oh, you got all, oh my gosh. There's gonna be all kinds of birds around you tonight. So one of these is gonna be important to you. It's gonna have some kind of telegram from nature for you. These are water birds down here. That looks like what? A starling or a... What are special about the bones in a bird, guys? It says they are hollow. They are hollow. I'm telling you, that's how you're gonna get to Team Universe, because your bones are hollow, or the bird's bones are hollow. There's something about your bones. Wow. Wow. You're gonna be lighter. I don't know, something's gonna happen. You're gonna transform, restored. Your bones are now hollow. Wow. It's so mysterious. Okay, so before I let you go, I gotta tell you about the destiny up here. So we've got this true node. It's Aries, 7 degrees. You're the original, okay? You're in Hermit card tonight. And then this death. Chiron's been retrograde for a while, and it's been in death for quite a while. Notice the unicorn on the family crest. And because of the birds being hollow boned, okay, there's something mystical about this restoration. There's something mystical about it, okay? The transformation is going to be quite mystical, okay? While you stay in this hermit mode, tell me about this mystical transformation. What's this mystical? Oh, you want these, huh? Wow, the birds are hollow boned and they're shining. Yeah, it's still saying something's gonna shine. Okay, it's regarding this theft. Okay, so yeah, to remember that whatever they stole from you, if your name's on it, you don't have to go anywhere. If your name's on it, just kick it, relax, recover from that 8-8 portal, you know? Yeah, if your name's on it, do not worry about this, okay? And anything in the future cannot be stolen from you. Thank you. Heck yeah. Yeah. You're never going to be imprisoned again. Look at this up here. See how she's in the cage? You're never going to be imprisoned again. You're never going to be stolen from again. These are promises that they bless you with. Okay? Oh, I love you guys. I love you. Tell me about this destiny for the collective. What else can you tell us about the destiny? There it is. Okay. 6 of coins. It's gonna all be balanced out karmically too. Okay. It's all gonna be balanced out. So the theft that's balanced out, it's going to be made fair. Okay, what else do you want collective to be ready for? What does fair look like for the ancestors? Yeah. Somebody's going to be left out, okay? They wanted to leave you out, and what's fair now is that somebody gets left out, okay? I think that's from Team Universe, but that could be, you know, maybe you got somebody kicked out of a home that was yours. I don't know. I don't want to see anybody homeless. I was happy to see Russia give the land back to Ukraine. You know what that's like. I don't enjoy anyone else's pain, and I don't think you do either. So whatever this is, though, it's just coming back around for them to experience. You endured it. You dug your way out of it. So they'll have to dig their way out of this. Yeah. I love you, collective. Happy Monday.